What is going on? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Morbius, and today is Tuesday. Y'all already know what that means. Another episode of Comic Relief Season 2. And today I'm excited, man. I'm dying, biting at the bit to talk about this, the topic for today. So definitely excited to get this started. And speaking of getting it started, let's get this started. Yeah, what is going
What's
on?
good, brother?
What's going on, Paul? How you doing, brother?
What's happening? Good, good. A little chilly up here today.
Yeah, right. Now it is chilly out, man. And over here it's raining. Is it raining by you?
Nah, but it's coming this way. Tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy.
Yeah,
It's just crazy because like 2 days ago it was like 75 degrees or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it literally was like one day to the next.
That's how we get down up here.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the universe like hit that switch and was like, all right, let's get this fucking winter started.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, hanging out. Today's Tuesday. Today we're gonna be talking about where the comic collectors go.
They evaporated.
What happened, man? Like 2 years ago, it was like the market was flooded. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's like fucking almost like crickets and shit.
That's it. The money went away, and so did they.
So we're definitely gonna be talking about that today. And before we talk about it, let's just get into this chat real quick. You know what I mean? Let's see who's hanging out with us. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's salute the chat, and then we'll get into the chat. Let's salute.
Yes, sir.
Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody catching this. You already know. Salute to those guys.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, cheers. Now let's get to the chat. Of course, always in the building, hanging out with us. We got Unruly Simeon. What's going on, my brother? Always coming through. And of course, the man of the hour, John Comics with Kids. You already know, man. Got to start triggering some folks. And we got another big homie in the building. Nigel's in the building. What is going on, my brother?
Nigel, what's good, brother?
Definitely looking forward to this. Jose Lewis, what's going on? Appreciate you coming to hang out with us, man. And who else we got? Oh, we got the big homie, the Doom himself, Free Energy. What's good, brother? How you doing? And of course, we got another family in the building. Leroy, what's going on, bro? Always appreciate it when you come through, hang out. Fish Scale, what's good, my brother? How you been, man? Definitely chilling. You already know. And let's see who else. Well, I think we're caught up. So shout out to everybody that's hanging out with us right now, catching this. We got 14 people in the building hanging out with us. We hope you hang out, stay with us, because we got to talk about it. You know what I mean? What made me come up with this, it was just like the other day I had posted something in my story. I was talking about it. Like, it just felt like the energy changed dramatically from like when I got on Instagram 2 years ago. You know, it was like when I jumped in, it was just crazy. Of course, it was like, right off the coattails of the pandemic, which pretty much got everybody, stuck in their homes. So people were like, that's how you got a big, influx of like, YouTubers and podcasters and all this stuff. People just was like, yo, what can we do while we're home and shit? And then of course, comic book was something that, took a big spike in sponsorship, let's say, the populace, because people were like, hey, it was just a thing at the time. It was like so much hype behind the Marvel movies and and then that of course that brought attention to the comics, and I think that at that time in that moment, it was just crazy. Oh, hold on a second, we got some people in the building. What up, Blue Kyle? Appreciate you. We got Big Ragin in the building. GD.
Baby.
Was good. So I was just like, it made me think like, damn, I remember it was just crazy on here. So many people involved, so many people that was just like, yo. And then you had a lot of people who got into the comics, just recently. And so I was just sitting there wondering, like, man, like what happened? Like shit changed. Like shit done. Like now you're not seeing that big influx of people, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm not seeing it anymore. Like even as far as like people who used to interact with a lot, now you don't see them anymore. And I understand people go through this shit. I mean, not everybody is, gonna be on the internet and posting all the time. And I get that, but I've had people, that are just like, they're not even collecting anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's going on? And kind of like got me to start thinking about it and made me want to talk about it today with y'all. and so I was just like, just pondering on that, man. Like, man, what is I remember it was just so crazy. It's like you used to go to, like, even just recently now, going to like cons is not nowhere near the way it was, 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Where it was just at like his fucking
It
hiatus,
was
and
like
people,
it
like,
was like a frenzy back then. You know what I
frenzy,
mean?
and
Everybody
you
was
had
into it.
so many people that every time you spoke to somebody, out of 10 people, like I would say a good 5, you know what I mean? 6 was like, oh yeah, I just started collecting, like, recently, or a year ago, or a few months ago, and you're just like, holy shit, it's like a lot of new people, and I know that,
Seriously.
yeah, I know. I'll let you speak on that one.
No,
And
I mean definitely. It's just maybe they all got snapped by Thanos. They just never came back.
I don't know.
But
Who knows, right?
they just turned to dust. But no, I mean I think a
Yeah,
lot of people jumped in chasing that buck. So
yeah,
now
yeah,
that buck is drying up, they're out. Because
yeah, exactly.
they never had that love or appreciation for the hobby anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
they're
Real
just in
quick,
it for the
not to
bread.
interrupt you, just want to
No
say
worries.
hi to Lily. I hope you're feeling better. You know what I mean? My daughter was like really
Feel
sick.
better, Lily.
Hope you're feeling better, Lily. You know what I mean? We all sending prayers. Make sure you get well soon. 'Cause she was pretty messed up, man. So I'm glad to see she is getting better, but she still got that little
That's
check code
good.
she got to work through, man. But yeah, I'm sorry, my brother. What you were saying?
No, just basically just kind of echoing what you were saying as far as they just that engagement is just not the way it kind of was, say, like a year or so ago. No, there was much more people, kind of in the mix and into the, well, they came across as being into the hobby, but they were really not. They weren't here for their intentions weren't pure. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So now they're
Right.
out, and just us old school guys are still left. They're not all gone, but you know what I mean.
No,
Like,
no, they're not all gone, and we still got a lot of people who are still collecting. Of course, I'm not gonna say be all fucking drama about it and shit like they
yeah,
made
no,
money out of it.
no,
No, it's not that. It's just when you
just the
see that,
observation.
right, when you're there, when that wave was just like riding and shit, and you're like pretty much like, holy shit, like you've never seen such a big crowd for this
Hmm.
until, like, I mean, last time you saw this type of hype was like what, what I'm saying, like 90s and shit. So it was
I
like,
guess.
I guess, right? Like
Like
it's just
we survived that kind of,
right, and it was, and of course, a lot of it had to do, you know what I mean, with, like, now as we say, that comic bag, you know what I mean, getting that
mm,
comic bag, and a lot of it has to do with that now, where a lot of people who really got involved in it, you know what I mean, was, a good majority was just like, chasing that buck, because of the whole fact that one of the main reasons why people were getting involved into comic books was these books were jumping. Oh shit, we gotta fucking hold on a second.
uh-oh,
Hold
uh-oh.
on, guys. Where's my wrenches at, man? Come
Yo,
on.
you're getting infiltrated right
Yo,
now.
where my wrenches at, man? Come on. Where my wrenches at? John, stop typing. Look at this shit.
Sleeping at the switch, man.
Come on now. What's going on here? Hold on, what we got? Collect definitely waxes and wanes for all of us. Yeah, I know, definitely, man. I know that life and finances have gotten in the way many times before. Yep, the current financial state of the world definitely a factor. Definitely, you know what I mean. And I feel like I've even slowed down dramatically in picking up books.
Mm,
In this last year. And of course, it's because to me, I just want to spend my money in other places that I just stopped spending my money on. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I got a lot of other things. Listen, we all do, brother. We all
man,
do.
we all have our vices, we understand.
And but yeah, but at the same time, it's like
Yo,
I
free
just
preach. That's what I'm talking about. It's hard to stay in the hobby if all you got is slabs to read.
well, yeah, that's another one. That's another one.
Well, because the thing is, right? Slabs brought people in who never even read the
Right,
comics technically, and
exactly.
now they can play
Exactly.
in the game because they don't really need to know anything other than the
Exactly.
number on the slab. So
Right, right. Exactly. Like,
that is kind of true.
it is, because it all goes back to just getting that comic bag. You know what I mean? They were chasing that comic bag, and slabs is up there. When you talk about money, you gotta, it's about them slabs. So
Hmm.
it's synonymous, man. And that's the funny shit about it is like, you know, regardless of like finances and all that, as you guys know, like, oh hell yeah, as you guys know, man, you're not gonna stop picking up books.
That's what I'm saying. Money's
Even
tight
if
for all of us, but we still here.
even if you're picking up one book a week and it's like a freaking $5, $10 book, some filler that you see that you're gonna pick it up, man. You can't stop. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep going, you know, and you just control yourself. And you know, when that money is good, then you fucking start balling. When the money is low, you fucking start picking now. Now we gotta start be, you know, a little bit more cautious of how we spend that money. But the shit ain't gonna stop. That's the thing. You're not gonna stop collecting. Regardless, you know, you're not going to stop because you're in the whole motivation behind it.
Listen, when I started collecting comics, I was broke. I'm still relatively broke, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's never really a factor other than just
Big
limiting.
Daddy. Hold on, I had the wrong person that jumped on me here. Damn, the shit keeps jumping. There's a little Big Steve in the building. But yeah, man. What's up? Here's a few philosophical question. Who is more of a collector? Do you, the person that collects trades, omnis, hardcovers, or collects slab? Oh, that's a good one.
See, to me,
that's a good one.
If I don't know I would say I don't know how you collect trades, omnis. I would say you're a heavy reader, so you definitely you know you reel about your passion for the books and the stories and stuff. But I mean, me personally, I guess it's collecting, right? But I mean, it's just like a different thing. I give them more credit than I would someone who collects slabs. Put it that way.
True indeed. Any hardcover omnis, like trades, like if I would put you more, I show more respect because you got guys like, of course, John. You got even guys like Albert loves comics. You know, he's heavy.
Yeah, he's well read. You know,
he's mainly that, and always show him love because of the fact that he enjoys reading his books. You can't read your fucking books if they're slabbed. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna read your fucking books. Yeah, you digitally, but that defeats the whole fucking purpose of why you collected the book. You know what I mean? You got the book. It's the book, you know? But when you stuck on that.
Well, Unruly said he's got his trades and paperbacks and stuff, but he keeps his slabs and keeps his book pristine. And I'll just have you know, man, I got some books that I've had for 30, pushing 40 years that are crispy. So you don't need a slab to do that.
No, you don't need slab. So we've covered that. Please refer to my slab videos from season 1. We will not keep returning to that topic. We've already addressed that. Why you got
actually slab. Nigel, if he's still here, he sent us that thing. He sent me that thing one time about the I think it was Automatic Comics, maybe doing like a breakdown of how the slabs can actually damage your books after a while. So
yes, exactly. And it does degrade even though it's in a slab. So it's not true when they say, oh, it's like 100%. No, it's not. You're still subject to your comic book degrading inside of a slab. You know, it's no different. John is funny, man. He's on a roll. Yep, there you go. There.
I felt like we answered it, but I guess maybe I
answered it. He was in here. Yeah, I definitely, you know, I always put a guy who does omnis and trades, you know, salute to you guys, you know, because y'all read, y'all enjoying the purpose of what comic books is about, you know, is falling into these stories, getting caught up, you know. It's just that's just a different form of collecting. Slab, to me, if you all about slabs, we already addressed this. Once again, refer to my old slab videos. You guys, it has nothing to do with, don't give me that shit about protecting and you know, you love your book. No, you don't.
Yeah, that's,
you love
we already know that ain't
let's keep it 100. You're enjoying that investment.
I got an omnibus right here.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta get me a fucking. Man, I really need to. I
tell you what. You see all them books? I basically got them all. I mean, pretty much.
See, like, I feel like I haven't.
I might have them all.
Completed my collector's, you know, so-called collector, you know, in the sense of, because I don't even have a trade or omni. No, it's just straight books, you know, raw books. So I feel like I want an omni. I definitely got to get the X-Men omni. I don't know how I don't have that. You know,
yeah, I got to get that myself.
Actually, I do know, because when I look at it, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna spend $100.
I know
on this. But I could get 2 solid raw books. You know what I mean?
It's like that's my issue.
That's why I'm over.
Like, you know, man, $100. It's like, I can get a crispy Silver Age X-Men.
You know what I'm saying? Should I get that HasLab Transformer Optimus Prime for $700, or I could get myself for some fucking solid books. You know,
It's tough. It's tough
it's
decision.
tough, man. It's tough.
So
But
I
I
give
get,
credit to those people because they're putting in the work. I mean, the
yeah.
omnis,
Oh yeah,
they
exactly.
are expensive. So I mean, they spending the
They're
bread,
putting exactly. They're investing, you know, and putting
and
back.
they're
And when I
reading the
say
story.
investing,
They're
meaning
reading.
putting
You
back
know,
into, you know, the comic community, putting back to these creators. Excuse me.
bless you, brother.
But yeah, man. I definitely, man. I just feel like in this last few years, man, it's really died down. The I don't see, you know, the same energy or the crowd that we used to see. You know, the people who were just there all the time. You know, uh, involved and picking up. Every time you out there, you start running into people, and now you're like you ain't running into nobody really anymore. And it's the same squad. And it's
It's the
funny
same
because
dudes. Yep.
the same people that we were, it's like that's the only people you keep running into, the people who
Yep.
still genuinely collect comic books. And those are the people that I feel like, you know, they're in it for the books, man. If your motivation is anything outside of books, you know, when it comes to comics, like reading and enjoying just comic books, then you're not gonna last long in this if you have any other motivation, because like everything wanes, you know, it goes up and down. So if you're in it for the money, then you know what? You're shit out of luck when the fucking books drop in price. Now you ain't making no money. So, you know what I mean? You don't see the importance in it anymore, you know? So, you know, it's like, but when you're reading it just for the sake of reading comic book, collecting books because you enjoy characters and artists and all this shit, you're never gonna fucking stop.
You don't.
You don't
But it's
just
just,
stop.
yeah, I just don't ever think like that. I don't ever just think like, man,
Yeah,
should like listen, call anybody out, whatever. You know, people do their videos. You know, should you buy this book? And I always just my first instinct is just to yell at the phone or screen like, I don't know, motherfucker. Do you like the character? Do you like the book? Like, what other consideration would there be other than like if you like it? You know, all that.
right.
I don't know. Should I buy
Exactly.
it or not? I mean, it's like I don't know. To me, that just seems like
Listen,
silly. I guess it's like
unruly. I just gotta say this, man. Just when you do, just hit me up. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just call me. Let's just work something out, get a deal when you sell. But I don't have a problem with that. If you like, even Crash has said that many times. When he gets, you know, when he retires, he wants to enjoy his retirement, and he's gonna sell off his books. You know what I mean? So that's okay. You enjoyed it. Great. You spent your lifetime with those books, and you feel that now you want to move forward with your life, and you willing to give that to another collector. Hopefully they go to, you know, real collectors and not fucking flippers. But, you know, and so that's cool. You know, I get that. Not everybody will do that. I certainly won't. I know Paul won't. You know what I mean? We're gonna die with these motherfuckers.
yeah.
But
I mean, my
you
son will
know,
get them. I
it's like,
guess after
right,
pushing the
exactly. It should go
daisies,
to my
but
kids, and then hopefully, you know, they just continue. But in reality of it, it's like my, you know, that's not what it's about. Like, I don't even see that like as a, you know, oh, what is that? Like, why would you do that? No, that's yeah, that's a given, you know, for some people that they're like, hey, I enjoy these books, spend a lifetime with these books. That's amazing. You know, you got people who can't even spend 5 minutes with a book without flipping it. So the fact that you spending, you know, 40, 50 years with a book and you
I
cherished
know.
it, you know, you enjoyed it, you know, it's like, come on, yeah, that's, you know, you paying homage and shit, you
Yeah,
know?
but see, yo, Fish Scale's talking about NYCC. He said it was crowded, right? I
Yeah,
was just at Rhode Island Comic Con last week. It was crowded too, but there ain't no fucking comic book collectors there. It's people hounding, like he's
right.
talking about Peach, people
Yep.
trying to make a buck by
Make a
getting her
buck.
signature,
Yep.
or people doing other flipping, all the sellers, whatnot. All them fucking people travel around now.
That's what you're seeing, you know, and
You
it's
know what I
like that
mean?
too. A lot of people
They
that
ain't real collectors
I
there.
saw that were collecting are now selling, and it's a lot of people. I'm talking about a lot, and I get it. A lot of people are trying to flip shit, you know, to get other books, or they're in a financial situation. They got to get rid of shit and they got to make their money. I get it, you know. But when you have people who make that transition, and then you could obviously see that they're just now out for a buck, you know, get that comic bag, as we say, you know, that's where you be like, damn, bro, really? Like, you know, what happened? You know?
It just seems to be, it's gonna be a tough way to, like, you know, try to exist in the hobby. You know, you're just always you're always chasing that dollar. You don't ever really, you know, that's why I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad all these, you know, and by the way, this is not like like you said earlier a little bit, you know, not like complaining about like the
No,
people not being as
no,
involved and this
man,
and
we
that. It's just
understand
like,
that
it's
shit.
more just an observation, but it's kind
Right.
of like, you know, I could have told you this shit 2 years ago. This was going to happen. You know,
Right. And
once the money started to get tight,
right.
everybody's ghost, you know.
Everybody gets, jump ship, and it's funny because when I did my story and I posted this, I had a few people hit me up. Of course, some people who are here, and some who aren't. And one of those people, he hit me up and was like, "Yo, this is just like a testament to show you, you know what I mean, who's really here, for these books, and who really here to try to make a buck off these books." Or to get influence, or to just do it just based on that. Because somebody told me that too, that they were like, yeah, you got to understand that it's not just a money thing. It's a follower thing. It's a, view thing. They understand that this is a venue where they're like, oh yeah, books are cool, but these books will also help me get, the views and become the influencer that I'm trying to become, and then now they use that as a fucking tool, to become like, influencers.
So
So
a lot of those influencers, that's what they did, right? They built up that following.
they
Now
built
all of a sudden, almost every one of them sells books. Like that's primarily what they do.
Right.
And if you look, well, I don't even know, they might have taken the videos down, but way back in the day, some very famous, popular YouTube people that I used to follow and watch their videos, it was more of a pure, they were talking about the books they liked and stories and this and that.
Right.
If you look at their YouTube now, it's either hot 10 list or what books they're pushing. Like it's, I mean, they're not even like the same type of people anymore. Like they like basically, like Morb was saying, they built up that following, they got that clout, and now they turn that into dollars, which maybe was the motivation all the time, or they got seduced by that, and now they don't give a fuck about the books anymore, and they're just worried about the bread.
Right. And that's where we at right now. Now we're at that precipice where it's like, okay, like what's the bottom, what I'm saying, line with where you're doing now? Like, are you here for this, or it's almost like there's like that dividing line where you could clearly see, you know what I mean, like who's really here for books and who's really here to try to just, make a quick flip, or to try to just capitalize on comic books in the sense of like I said, becoming influencers and doing all this other stuff. Let's see what was that, John? Not on my channel, but not many watch my stuff except the best people. Exactly. And make sure y'all go check out John, you know what I mean, at his channel with his beautiful daughters that he does his show
out Saturday mornings.
Make sure you go check them out. But yeah, man, it's definitely, it like one thing that people don't realize is that naturally you're just gonna evolve around these people. You see stuff and you run into certain people, and then eventually you kind of like be like, yeah, we're not vibing, we're really not on the same mindset. And even with us here, even with everybody who's here, everybody who's watching, everybody who comes to the show, at the end of the day has kind of the same core values, unless you in here on some hater shit and you just spying and shit just to get some few to talk shit, then you on some sucker shit. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about real people who is about comic books, who come on here, you know what I mean, and really want to, aren't afraid to really talk about those things. And why they're not afraid, because this shit means something to us, right? So we might not all agree on everything. Many times we all disagree. Many of people who's in this chat right now, I've disagreed with on so many topics. Even with Paul, I've disagreed with on so many things. But at the end of the day, what brings us together is the fact that we have those core values when it comes to collecting comic books. And regardless of how we may disagree, at the end of the day, we realize like, yo, this guy is really about these books. He's really about these books. She's really about these books. And I think that's what, keeps that community together, is those core values that we have. It's an unsaid thing. It's just the way you carry yourself. You don't really have to be out there talking that shit. It's how you carry yourself. People will realize like, yo, this guy's a collector. Like, you have a conversation with somebody and you can instantly know this guy's out here for these books. Just on a fucking 5-minute conversation with somebody. It's very easy. Oh shit.
That's right.
Goddamn right. And
we'll fucking like Winter Soldier too, by the way.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on? Appreciate you, Mighty Comics, coming through, hanging out. What we got unruly 20 years ago, I said I would never give up comics, comic treasuries. The Great Recession came and I had to sell 90% of my to keep eating. Exactly, man. That you never know why people do what they do, but the fact that you're still here, you're still doing it, you're still continuing it, you know, because how many people after that would just be like, you know what, forget it, I'm done. I'm not fucking with comics no more. Fuck this shit. But the passion and the love for it is there that you can't let it go. You're just like, you know what? I might not be able to rebuild my shit 100%, but it's still a joy of going out there and looking for it again. And then finding new stuff, because there's always new stuff coming out, you know, or things you might have missed. How many shit ain't come out in Silver Age and Bronze Age that we don't be like, oh shit, I never saw that, or I forgot about that, you know? So it's always that, you know, that chase that I think that is the best thing. Coco, what's good, brother? You up in here?
What's happening, brother?
I was at a con here in Texas, and we was getting folks flack because of all the I collect was Incredible Hulk. That has really kind of stopped me from trying to get back into. But thanks, y'all. I just ignored it for real, man. You know, you're always gonna get some bullshit. You know, regardless, there's always gonna be some bullshit. You know, and there's always gonna be bullshit people to try to fuck your shit up and get in your head, or just indirectly some subliminal shit. Like, you know how many times people have said, yo, I don't like you, Morbius. On the fucking show, they've even told me, you know what, I didn't like you. And then I watched your show, I heard your shit, and then I realized your point of view, and you was not out here attacking people. You're just being honest with what's going on, with what you see. And then they were like, you cool nigga, and then they're in the show and they're hanging out, and now they be tagging me and stuff, and we be talking. You see what I mean? It's like, you can't judge people based on just because you don't agree with somebody. It doesn't matter, man. As long as it's not disrespectful and they're not attacking you, it really.
Well, sometimes people are going to take that passion, especially, I don't know. I mean, it might be East Coast as like way we talk. You know, we kind of animated when we speak, so some people that might put off or whatever.
Exactly, like John. Come on, me and John. Even in our DMs, bro, we go at it. You know what I'm saying? And there's no love lost at all. You know, and it does, because the whole point is like we all understand each other. It's like we're here for one fucking common goal. You know what I mean? It's collect comic books. We love the story. We love this shit. We do this for so many fucking years. We're not here for the money. I don't give a fuck. Like, people, it's so hard for people to fucking stand that. Like, I don't care. Like, we don't fucking care that it's a bonus. It's like you have your favorite ice cream. Oh shit, chocolate ice cream. I love this shit. I'm happy with this. And then somebody comes and puts a cherry on top. And that's that bonus that, oh, that comic book actually has value. And you're just like, nice, okay, cool. But I didn't get the ice cream for the cherry. You know what I mean? I bought it for the flavor that I'm enjoying right now. Like, that was just a fucking bonus that somebody threw on there. I ain't asked for that shit. You know, and I think that that's what throws people off, that they're like, yeah, but you can't deny the value of your books. Of course not. I'm not going to act like a fucking asshole and be like, like a fucking martyr and shit. Like, nah, I'm going to keep it real.
It is what it is, but
it is what it is. Exactly. But that's not why I got the fucking thing. Like,
never a motivation. Never.
Right. And half the fucking books I got as a fucking young teenager, you know, in my mid 20s, early 30s, a lot of these books, like Paul, like we had these books for years. So
I couldn't afford to get all this shit now, no doubt about that.
Exactly. Like, that's the whole thing, man. Got hooked in 85 and I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell fucking yeah. Now let's talk to the chat. Let's get, because the people are talking here. Let's talk to the chat real quick. I told you I sold off a ton of my collection. Doubt I will ever replace most of it, but having fun, there you go. Exactly. And my man got some crazy stuff. If you're not following, go follow your comics. You got some great stuff, man. A lot of stuff that even I'd be like, where the fuck that came from?
A lot of knowledge.
You know, Ben Z2's trying to fill numbers. Oh, at Zapp's annual sale this weekend. Nice. Enjoy, man. Hey, get in there, bro. You know, they out there, brother. You know, I respect the flipper. Along with they're all, as long as they're honest about it, right? And definitely are fakers. They are definitely fakers. The community, yeah. If you're a flipper, if you're out here trying to make a buck, at least keep it real. But at the same time, I still can't fuck with you though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if I say I respect the flipper.
I don't respect you, but like I respect your honesty. Should I say? I respect your honesty. You know what I mean? That at least you're honest. You got balls. You like, you know, fuck it. I'm a fucking flipper. This is what I do.
Like, I don't even like fucking comics. I'm just here to flip these books.
Right. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? But I still ain't fucking with you though.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't hanging out and shit. You know what I mean? That's not happening. You know? What's going on, Fun Comics? Salute. Appreciate you coming by. All right, let's see what's going on here. We got Julian was good, bro. When I moved from NYC to New Hampshire, I had put my comics away, just started rereading Tales of Suspense. Great fucking title.
Hell yeah. Great
Run
title.
39, which is in the Golden Avenger Epic Collection, and it felt brand new overall. So here you go. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a big Tales of Suspense fan. I know Paul is. He got a big collection.
Yeah, Tales of Suspense, great title.
Hell yeah, that's a great fucking title. But yeah, exactly. You know, it's about the joy of this shit, man, and that's why a lot of times, like, yeah, I'm very honest. There's no like we say hair on my tongue. You know what I mean? Man, Jesus Christ, that's a I can't even answer that. My prize comic book possession is all of them. Like, I'm such a fucking hoarder. Like, I am so bad with it. You know what I mean? Like, I literally got like fucking boxes full of free comic books, like, and the previews, even the fucking I had to stop. I was even keeping the previews, bro. Like the monthly preview. I was like,
it's a tricky question, though, sometimes, though, because you know, if you answer it, so I'll say my answer is, you know, my Hulk 181. I mean, I love Wolverine. I've been wanting Hulk 181 since the 80s. You know what I mean, so to say that's my favorite book, it's like, oh, of course, it's Hulk 181, but it's not like that. I just always love that book, the story. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, you know, a book I love.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. But I'm such a fucking hoarding whore. Like, I can't say this one or that one. Like, to me, it's like they all fucking. I just love them all, man. They just all be. I can't even a $5 book over a $2,000 book. To me, I'm gonna cry either way.
That's what I'm saying. Like 181 would be my favorite book if it was a $10 book. It's not
right. It's like doesn't matter.
Money of it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's like even the value is like doesn't like any book to me is like worth fucking gold. You know. And Zaya was like, yo, been collects 84. Word up, brother. Very accomplished feeling to have, collected for the decade. Not taking anything away from newer collectors. They are welcome. Nothing wrong with newer collectors as long as you're not up in here trying to fuck this game up. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with new collectors.
Listen, this conversation kind of started the other day, I think, with like discussing how these motherfuckers kind of came in, fucked the pricing structure, and the prices all up. And now that shit is dropping, they all bounced. And now we're stuck with all these. You know, I just went to a convention last week, like I said earlier. Prices are still crazy. So I don't know if the dealers don't know that the prices are dropping or not, but.
Right. Here we go. Paul, we were actually just talking about this. He was like, salute, Ronnie, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Hello, bro. Here in the Philippines, it's somehow expensive to be in this passion. Yes. We just have to enjoy collecting comics. Love the discussion here. Good times. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Salute from the Philippines, brother. Exactly what we were saying. It sucks for new people who are starting.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Why? Because of the comic bag. Because people, they cause this influx in these comic books to go high so much that you got new people like Ronnie, which is a perfect example. We were just talking about this, me and Paul, how it sucks for new guys that are coming in, new people, because now these books are so goddamn expensive for no fucking reason, really. You know what I mean? And it really takes away from that. Like he said, it's hard to have that passion when, you know, a book that we paid $1.50 for, and of course I get that, but books that generally you could get for, you know, 30, 40 bucks are now like, you know, $150, $200. And that's kind of steep for somebody who's just getting in the game.
You know, we bought off the racks, right? I mean,
we got it off the rack. Right.
That's why 300 off the rack.
Right. That's why I pulled back when I said 125.
You know what I mean?
Right. Or $1. You know what I mean? I think because I'm 85. I'm 48, so I'm kind of younger. So I think the lowest I paid was 75 cents for a book at the time that I started collecting. It was 75.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? But
I think Spidey 300 was what, $1.50?
$1. Yeah.
Cover price on it.
Yeah, $1.50. Nice. I got mine right here, bitch.
So, yo, you know,
don't even start. Don't start with me, Paul. Don't start with me.
You know what?
We're halfway through the show. Don't start now.
You lucky motherfucker, because I don't know where it is right now.
Anyway, let's keep it going, guys. But definitely, definitely. Where we at, man? The game is fucked up. Hell yeah, man. And that's the thing, man. Like, it just sucks right now. The way where we at right now, it fucking sucks. And especially like going back to, you know, the new people that came in. I could imagine how many people came in right during the pandemic. And that's why we see what we see now, why we're talking about what we're talking, how they came in, right? expecting to just fucking, you know, even if they came in with the intentions to make money, you know, a lot of people did not make money. A lot of people went about this so fucked up because you know what? You got FOMO involved in this. You know,
but there's dealers that say that to you. You know, if they're like, the price is high and you try to negotiate with them, and they're kind of like, nah, you know, I paid a lot for this book, so
right.
I can't, like, I don't have a lot of wiggle room. And it's like, so even dealers got caught up and were overpaying for shit, and now they're trying to sell it back, and they just can't get the money out of it.
Exactly, because they were paying those crazy, like I say, those pandemic prices at that time. They would just went crazy, you know, and now they're trying to recoup that money, you know, and now they got to hike up the prices. Not only that, but then during that time till now, like people are saying the comic books are going down. I really don't see that happening. I don't know where. If y'all do, let me know. Because as far as you know, I know
in auctions and online and shit, like you see some stuff, you know, but
maybe
like
here and there, but
the people that buy it now, prices are still very high. You know, you can get lucky, you know, maybe in an auction you hop in, you know, but the you know, other than that, so there's a company set up at Rhode Island Comic-Con, Bruno Auctions. I was talking to the guy that runs it. His name's Travis. And they got like a banner up with all their books. Their consignment like auction house. So they had all these books. One was a 9/8 Werewolf by Night #1.
Oh wow!
He sold it. It was in an old label, and he sold it for It sold for like 51,000, like maybe a year or so ago. The owner of it put it in a new case, so it was still a 9.8. He ran it at another auction house. It sold for 25,000 or 26,000. So that dude lost like 30 grand. It's like how the fuck you ever recover from that? I mean, that's you know,
that's crazy, man.
I don't feel bad for him. That's what his dumb ass gets. But
really, Desire. I don't know, Desire, man. You
some people.
I don't know, Desire. I don't know, man, because I don't know, man. It depends. It really and you know what it is too. Like, I guess also like, right. I get it. When I shop for high end books, right, Paul? We shop for fucking, you know,
high
grade, bro. That's what we want. And I get it. Those are the more expensive books, but it was a time where these books were not as expensive. So for me, a lot of times, even when I talk to Nigel, Desire Comics, he'll be like, yo, this book is worth this much. And I'll be like, yo, I had no fucking clue, because the only way I find out how much a book is going for is when I'm looking for it.
Yeah, if it's something I'm trying to get. Yeah.
Right, I'm just trying to get this book. Like, I realize, oh shit, I don't have this. Like, I need to get this. You know, I need this. You know, and boom, I go look for it, and I'm like, this shit should be like $50, no more than that. And high end, you know what I mean? High grade book, $50.
True.
You know, and then you go look, and it's like a fucking reader copy is like $150. You're like, what the fuck?
Damn, Unruly, you've been buying books for a long time. If they were 15 cents.
Yeah, that's why I was giving them
that's
a
like what, 19
Unruly's old head. He ain't no young buck.
15-cent prices of what, 70, 71?
Yeah, we learned that shit in the season 1. When we were talking about it, and he came in, and I think he's like one of the oldest collectors in this fucking chat right now. You know, outside of fucking Big Daddy, you know, these brothers are like, you know, the old G's. You know what I'm saying?
I was probably born when 15-cent books came out.
Exactly.
Actually, no, I was born in 72, so I think books were 20 cents by
20 cent by then. Yeah, I was a 20 cent baby. You know, 75, so I'm a 20 cent baby. You know, what we got here? Oh, 70. There you go. 70 years old.
Yeah, that's the 15 centers, 1970. You bought some good shit off the rack, then. That's all I gotta say.
Yes,
respect for that.
Hell yeah, getting that shit off the rack. Oh, bad.
I'm old, man. 5-0 this year, man. No doubt about that.
Hell yeah, we get old. But you know, exactly. But I'd rather be in this position, man, than the guys who are just starting, because it really sucks for you guys, man. And I feel for you guys, man. You know, because there's so many great books that we look at and we're like, that shit should not be worth what it's worth right now. That's not its true worth. You know, and then you got movies dictating shit and changing shit around, which doesn't even fucking make sense. Once again, refer to some of my old videos. We already touched on that topic, where movies are influencing comic books, which is fucking retarded. But
it makes sense.
Yeah, that shit don't make
Whenever
no
I
sense
see that shit,
whatsoever.
I just laugh. Like, oh, Marvel's got the FF rights back. FF1 is hot. It's like,
It's
motherfucker, it's
like what?
FF1. That shit should be hot eternally.
Regardless, like it should always have that, status. Like, why the fuck? What? Yeah, that shit don't make no sense
Why
whatsoever.
does FF1 need a movie to become hot? It just
Hot.
sounds stupid.
You know what I mean? It's like that's how you know it's some fugazi shit, man.
Yeah.
It's that bullshit.
It's that mentality though that started fucking everything up, to be honest.
Right.
Like not with FF1. That book that's elite status anyway, but that filtered down into trying to make like, first Herbie the fucking robot like a hot book, or whatever stupid shit now.
Right.
They try to make everything like a hot book and flip it up,
I fucking slacked. I'm over here slacking.
Yeah,
PJ fucking slacking over here, man. I didn't even put the motherfucking link in the bottom. I'm like, link, y'all could join the open chat. I didn't even put the link. My bad, y'all. My bad. We still got a good amount of minutes in here. What we got?
Yeah, we got time, man.
We got some time. If y'all want to join in, come join in. Come, you know what I'm saying? Talk your shit. Let us know how you feel about it. Don't care if you don't agree with us. That's not what this is about. We ain't here fucking, one-sided show. Y'all already know. If y'all got a difference of opinion, even better. Makes for a better conversation. So
exactly.
Definitely.
Well, but the thing is, that's ironic to me, at least.
What's that?
People were saying like a year or so ago when all this was kind of bubbling, the prices were crazy. Everybody had a YouTube channel. Everything was like popping off. Everybody was into the hobby. They said it was good. All these flippers and the slabs and the money chasers were good for the hobby. They said
for the hobby.
Really? I don't see how.
No.
They jacked up prices. Now they're out, and now we stuck with these fucking high prices, and
right,
and people unwilling to like make deals and shit.
Right, because they got to make that money back from the bullshit money they
bought it high, so they gotta say, it's like
gotta sell higher.
They're not gonna take a loss. So it's
So you got all the bullshit. Then you got influencers going on here
to pay your prices. You know what I mean?
Forget about it. Then you got people want to look cute for fucking Instagram, and now they want to be influencers off of comic books and shit, or selling comic books. It's like, man, it's a fucking fiasco. You know what I mean? Like when I remember getting on here, which I think I got on right at the hype, 2 years ago. It was like right at the peak of the fucking, everybody was like, fuck yeah. Like,
everybody was a comic fan. Everybody was a comic collector.
Comics is awesome. I'm going to make a fucking YouTube channel, and I'm going to fucking, man, I remember it took fucking Justin. Shout out to Justin, man. KnowGoodComic. It took him 6 months to convince me to get on here. I was like, I'm not doing this YouTube shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing no top 10. I'm not doing no unboxings, crazy shit. And actually, it's funny because that's actually my first video. I did an unboxing. I was like, I ain't gonna do this shit, But I was like, what the fuck I got? I got nothing else to do. So I said, let me do this shit, and I did the Unicron actually. See how I'm transparent, guys? See, I don't give a fuck. I tell it like it is.
I remember when I did trying to do my first little videos, I did like a mail call, like unboxing, a haul video, and you were kind of giving me shit for it. So it was,
no, exactly. I was like, what the fuck you doing? But it was one of those things where it was like, yo, I got no
I need something to
I need something to start. This is what the fuck they want to see. And then I realized, like, I can't do this shit.
Really
what I mean? Like, that's not my style. And then I started doing my fucking story rants and shit. And then they convinced me, and I was like, yo, we got to do it together. But then again, that's how this show started right here, because I felt like y'all motherfuckers got to hear some real shit, man. Y'all can't be stuck in a little fucking jerk circle, jerking each other off, like patting each other on the back. It's fucking awesome. Like, fucking this is real world shit, man. We're not living a fucking fantasy. This ain't an illusion. Like, we got to talk about real world fucking scenarios here. I don't live in a fucking fake world. Even though IG is fake, believe it or not, it's not real. This shit fake.
We collected books before we could post them on IG.
Where's the Unicron now? It's actually in my living room. He's hanging out with Galactus. I'm actually working on to post like I don't want to give it away, but I'm working on something with them two together, the two planet eaters.
I gotta get that fucking Galactus.
You know what I mean? But I'm working on something with them. Depends. Well, that is true, because you see, I'm always with Paul, so that is true.
Morbius does have soft hands. I will say that.
Paul, I like Paul's rough hands.
My hand's definitely rough, brother.
It's great for friction.
These calluses were hard earned.
Look at them shit. Them shit's some fucking bear paws and shit. You know, fucking. But anyway, but yeah, definitely. Like this is, I think that's why one of the main reasons why I decided to do this shit, and I continue to do this shit because, it's man. How imagine not being able to express your true self, man. Like really get shit off your chest, and that's why when I spoke about this, I'm like, yo, Paul, man, let's fucking do it. Paul was like, yo, let's do a show about this shit. I was like, let's fucking talk about it. Let's do a show about this topic. Let's talk about how motherfuckers ain't really about this life. Genuinely, like
you guys got a little difficult and they were out.
You're not about the, and I don't mean that shit like I'm not trying to like come at you personally, kind of, but not
it's
really.
Just kind of facts. It's not even like a
right, because it's facts. So I'm not like it, I'm telling you the truth, and I just say it with a little sass on it, but like it's the truth. Like you guys ain't really about this life, and unfortunately, you got me to tell you it, and I'm sorry the way I say it, but it's the truth. Like I can't hold that back. I can't be here like and fake it for you guys.
There's no way to sugarcoat that.
It just you can't sugarcoat it. You are not. If you're like once again, when I go back to the slap shit, you know what I mean, and word up, stop playing, suckers. Facts. You know what I mean? Y'all some sucker ass motherfuckers. If y'all think y'all gonna be fooling some real OGs like the people who are here right now. These are OGs, man. These are people who are passionate about this shit. Because if you're not passionate about this shit, you ain't gonna be on this show. You're not gonna be in the chat. You're not gonna participate. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't agreeable to you. Because here we're not telling you, oh, what's the next shit to pick up? Oh, go buy this book to make money off this book.
I already told you that. Them fucking dumb videos with should you buy this book?
It's right, we don't do that.
I don't know. Do you like it
I don't fucking know. Like, buy what the fuck
Are you saying
like.
that in the respect of should I buy this book because I want to invest and make money? Then you're the type of person we're talking about. Then basically,
right? Exactly.
Have you ever had anyone ever had to ask you like? Or have you ever been like, should I buy this book or not? I don't know. Do I like this character? I like Jim Lee's art. You know what? I bought Wildcats when it came out. I didn't know shit about him. I didn't like him. I decided I'm going to buy him because I like Jim Lee. Like, whatever. There was a reason for me to do it. It wasn't like, I don't know, is Wildcat 1 going to be worth like, and a lot of people buying the Image shit thought it was going to be worth money someday.
Right. They thought it was going to be money. Right.
And that's it's all worthless, but.
The only reason why I would question a book is money, meaning my budget. How many times we haven't done it shopping together, fuck, man, like, should I get this one? Should I get this one? This is fucking 80. This one's 90. But then again, this is an upgrade. You know what I mean? This is an upgrade.
This one's like, it's tough, man.
Spend the money on the upgrade. It's, when am I going to see this book again? Like,
listen, man, those things. That balance, right? The
right.
So grade and the bread, we got to like get it even.
I get that. You know what I mean? But if you out here on some just like, you don't even know what the fuck you like. You're just looking at straight value of the book, then you're fucking lost, man. Then you ain't helping nobody. You know what I mean? You're not helping the old school collectors, the new school collectors. You ain't helping nobody because now you're
trying to help themselves to some money.
Right, that's it. Helping yourself, but you ain't helping nobody but yourself.
Now that things are getting a little tight, they folded and they
and these are the people that going back to our topic, this is why we don't see that many people no more who are really adamant about collecting comic books. We don't see that. We don't see people who are adamant about reading because that's the whole concept of collecting. If you collect do you want to enjoy it, right? You don't collect a car just to stare at it. Keep it in your garage and look at it and collect dust, in a fucking with a tarp over it, like a fucking slab. You put a tarp over it, like, and leave it there for 30 years. No, you're going to fucking drive that bitch. You're going to get in that shit. You're going to wipe it down. You're going to clean it. You're going to fucking detail it. All your cars, you're going to be all over the motherfuckers. You're going to be like, yo, today I'm driving that. Tomorrow I'm driving that. Next day I'm driving that. You know what I'm saying? You enjoy those motherfuckers,
No, no doubt.
Yeah. We can, I asked this, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, I know Morb likes books like me, so I mean, I would trust his judgment. If he's eyeballing a book with me and he's like, What was the book I was looking at? And you were like, nah, you probably weren't gonna. Was it one of those Iron Man ones or something? I
Yeah,
was looking
it's the
at, and you
Iron
were
Man
like,
one.
nah,
And
you wouldn't have liked that
I
one.
have to, you know what I mean? I think that you got over on the deal. Not only that, that was amazing deal you got on your Iron Man
Yeah, I
one.
did.
That
I
was
squeezed
fucking
that
dope.
guy, but he was
Sweet
cool.
fucking deal for a great book. But of course, it helps with other people who are next to you, you know, to help you, you know, look at it. But when you overlook a book based on its value and don't actually look at the book, like that's the scary part, because when you're staring at a slab, a lot of times people are just looking at that grade and they kind of overlook the defects of the book that kind of don't justify the grade. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I got a funny story about that from last weekend's convention. So my buddy who's a dealer, Christo, Big John knows him. He knew somebody who was looking for an FF49, which is the Galactus cover, the black cover. They wanted it in a 7.0 slab. So my buddy was like, "Oh, how's your book?" I said, "No, it's probably close to a 7.0, but maybe it's like 6.0, 7.0. It's in that range." So I showed him a picture of mine. And, you know, it's got some wear on it, and it's got a real light corner. He's like, "Oh, no. Like he just shoot it away. Like, oh, no, that wouldn't be nice enough."
Right.
I was like, "All right, cool. I got to double check him." I went to eBay. I pulled up all the CGC 7.0 slabs, and I scrolled through them. And every one of them motherfuckers looked more beat up than my book. So I was like, I showed it to him. I was like, "So you were quick to write my book off as like, no, that's not 7.0. But I showed you 5 7.0s on eBay, and they all beat up and got corner creases and ticks worse than mine."
Yep.
But because mine was raw, you don't want to give me that respect, but you'll take CGC's obviously bullshit opinion, you know? So
how many times we haven't seen that?
Like that.
That's a perfect example. We see that all the time. You know, where somebody, because it has a grade on it and the book looks shittier than the fucking raw that you got, and they're gonna undermine your raw. They did it to me in a comic shop once. You know what I mean? With my Guardians of the Galaxy, first Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I took it fucking clean. That book is a fucking 7, fucking fine. You know what I'm saying? Plus to very fine. You know what I mean? On the precipice.
It's a sharp square bound book.
Sharp fucking square bound, right? Just has little fucking, you know, little nick here, little bottom there. Nothing major. When you go online and look at for these books, that book is graded at like an 8.5. You know what I'm saying? 8.0. And when I showed it to the guys of Raw, I'm like, yo, this is easily like, you know, graded. I know that'll go up there in the grade. And he was like, oh, no. That's not even mid-grade. Like, he was like, look at this, look at that. And he pointed out 2 things, the 2 wrong things with the book. And I was like, yo, you serious? Like, you really think? He was like, nah, I don't know. That kind of might get like a 5.0, 6.0. I'm like,
fuck out of here.
You fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing because it's a raw book, you know, instantly. And that,
well, his brain was telling him like a 7.0 is going to be whatever it is. And so when he saw my book, he just assumed, nah, this probably wasn't what I would think a 7.0 is. But then when I showed him what CGC calls a 7.0, it was like, all right, now you see my book looks a lot better. Right now my shit look like 7.5 or, you know, whatever. It just, you know, it's just funny. It's like a Jedi mind trick that CGC pulled on collectors, and they don't even know. Right. They don't even know what kind of book they like anymore, as long as the number is right on the slab.
It doesn't matter, right? That's what I was trying to get. That's what I was saying. When how many times we don't see people who bring a graded book to you? Yo, Paulie, what's good, brother? Salute. Always a pleasure, brother. Don't get in trouble, man. If you know, you know. So I was just like, how can you look at a grade, right? You look at a number. Right? You look at a number. You're not looking at the book. And then when you look at the book that's in that grade, you're like, that book does not match that fucking number. This is bullshit. This book is beat the fuck up. How is this book a 8 point whatever or a 9 something when you have so many ticks, color, I mean, fucking smudges on there. You got all types of shit. And you're like, really, this book is worth that. And people overlook it because they look at the number. So instantly their eyes are drawn to that number. And number means what? Money. So they don't even bother with all sense of like what. But I guarantee you, Paul, you take that book out the slab and you show them that book outside of that slab, and that hard on is gonna fucking drop. They ain't gonna have that fucking hard on that they had when they see it in the raw, because their minds are no longer able to distinguish grade. That's another thing. When they're desensitized, right? Should I say, and pre-programmed to look at a number and not actually a condition of the book, because
they got brainwashed, basically.
Right, they got brainwashed. It fucks with your mentality.
Eyes, not their own eyes anymore. You know, like I know what kind of book I like. I don't care what CGC calls it.
Right.
I don't like corner creases. CGC might still call a book. Listen, you and I both know we cracked open plenty of slabs. We bought plenty of slabs that we thought the book would be this, because you know the pictures, you can't tell the glare, and then you get the book and you're trying to crack it open. You're like, fuck, how could this book have been 7.5 with a big crease on the corner?
Right,
exactly. That don't even make sense to me.
That don't even make sense. Or the opposite, where I've lucked out a lot with 5.0s.
Yeah, if you get in almost like a little lower, you do better. But if you try to get that VF 7580,
how many 5.0s and 6.0s I ain't get that are fucking that could be graded like, as a 7 to 8, easy, without pressing, just sending that shit back in, and that shit will get a higher grade. You know, because the books are so clean. And that's the thing. Like, that's what fucking boggles my mind, where you have these, you know, collectors that are no longer looking at it. And I know we get back to slabs. We always get back to slabs. Y'all know I have slabs, and I've definitely been, no, Desire. You got to understand, Desire. Nigel, Notch, Big Notch. Nigga, we go way back. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even about, definitely have been burned. Oh, trust me. That we've all been burned.
But I feel like I want to say, you know what I mean? I mean, you kind of too old school to get burned by that. Nigel.
Right, but that's just the thing. And that's the thing. Because Nigel, we've had this discussion. When you are so, you know, already conditioned in a pattern, you know, it's kind of hard to detach from that or realize you're caught within that pattern. So when you're a guy who's chasing
it's like a whole system though too. It's like the grade, the price, then there's the what do they call it? The fuck's the thing they use to track the prices?
I don't know, because I don't fucking track that shit.
I think, yeah, whatever the fuck they call it.
I don't fucking know.
They grade the books, then they have a census that tells you how many they've graded.
Right. And see, and this is,
and then they have the Nigel knows what it is, whatever the thing
Nigel, please tell us. See, this is the comment right here. Why I respect Nigel, right? This is it right here. That's it right there. When you're transparent and you're not afraid to say that, hey, you know what? I have those faults. I've said it many times. There's many faults I've had, and I said it here, said it today. You know, so that's what I respect. So the fact that you can at least acknowledge it and look at it and not be dismissive about it and be like, oh, fuck you. You don't even know what you're talking about. And you get all defensive about it and get all in your feelings and shit. Act all fucking like you 10 years old. We
all make mistakes. And that,
you know, we all make fucking mistakes. So the fact that Nigel, and we've had this conversation many times. We were fucking at Terrificon 2 years ago smoking a blunt. The back of Terrificon, you know what I mean? Talking about this shit in Connecticut. You know what I mean? Like, we've had these conversations in person. So guys, y'all in the virtual world, like a lot of these people that are in the chat that you might not know or me know, like we know each other personally. We've had these conversations. I'm not gonna talk to Nigel the way I'm talking to him if we've not had this conversation personally. No, we're not doing this shit. This ain't no drama shit.
We're brothers.
We ain't over here sucking, you know, trying to do all this dramatic shit for views. This is real talk shit. Like, these are people I know genuinely, so we've had these conversations. And the fact that we're able to have this shit live right here with no script, because a lot of the people who do this shit are all scripted. They fucking, you know, methodical what they're gonna say.
You can't get them off their like track or they'll get
right. Fuck that. We're gonna tell you how it is. And the fact that what Paul said, we have to be at a certain point in our lives where if you've done this long enough, you have to be able to spot those things. You have to be able to now no longer say, hey, well, I get caught up. Well, you know what? If you've done it once, twice, shame on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to realize that if this is a habitual thing, then you need to start checking yourself and be like, you know what? I need to look at this book. Yes, I understand that you're about the you know, the investment and trying to make sure you make that investment, but do it, how can I say, patiently. Like, don't like sometimes we get caught up. Even it happens to us, you know, as collectors, we get caught up in that hype.
All these I bought that I cracked out, you know, sometimes I won, sometimes I lost, you know, and sometimes I thought I knew what the book looked like, and then you crack it out and you're like, I didn't see that light fucking crease in the back, you know. Sometimes you can't see shit, but you know what? If I'm still happy with the book, it looks good, then I live with it. I tell you one thing, I never paid like premium prices for any of this shit.
Nah,
like Morbius said many times, you know, because me and him sometimes when we're hunting books, yeah, we'll buy a slab because people reach out to me like, yo, you bought a slab, like why would you pay the extra if you're gonna crack it out? And I'm like, well, I didn't pay extra though. If you look into it, you know, we try to be on point with a slab I buy. You know, if I bought you know, whatever it is, this is Marvel Team Up Annual 1, this was a 9.4. I probably paid like $75 for this. If you looked up a raw near mint or mint copy, it was like the same price or more. So it was like, you know, I probably got a bargain on this compared to what like the
every slab we've ever cracked is because we got it at a bargain.
Yeah, you know? I never paid like $400 extra because it was.
You know, I stay ready, son. You know, I stay ready, son.
You knew I was gonna break them out.
So. I knew you. I got my shit right here. It's in my drawer right here. Yeah,
it's true though, right? If you think about it, people pay hundreds extra because it's graded, and then these
are some of my fucking.
They see you do that, they're like, oh, why would you pay that extra if you're gonna crack it open? It's like, nah, don't get it twisted. We didn't pay extra, you know.
Some great fucking books right here. Fantastic Four 23, Marvel Team Up 1. Oh my God, there's so many great fucking books. Daredevil 16.
That book was real nice. That Team Up 1 you got was
Team Up 1. That and I got that. It was 2 books. I got.
That's right. I remember that.
It was Team Up 1 that was graded, and then Team Up 2 that wasn't graded, which was 2 upgrades I was looking for, and I got it at a bid at what? I paid $70 fucking dollars.
Yeah, you scored. Isn't that the dude who tried to delay shipping it to you? He was trying to hold up and shit on that a little bit.
Right. He held it. He was just like, "Are you sure these are like you try to like
really want these books?
Yeah, you still want these books? Are you sure you got these books?
You know, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you know what the fuck I was looking for, man? Like, get the fuck out of here. Big Crash was good, man. Salute to you, brother. Always missing you here. You already know. I was trying to get you on the show. You know, salute to Keep It Thorough Comics, man. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Always keeping it real on your channel. I'll be checking your shit out. If you ain't know, now you know, brother. And of course, salute to Coffee, Frank Castle. Salute to you, brother. I don't even call you Coffee and Comics. That shit, like, now it's like just like that's Frank Castle right there. That's straight Punisher, bro. Like, watch out for this dude. He's literally a 6-foot white dude. You know what I'm saying? That fucking, you know, like, and when I wrote in my origin verse, like Coffee and Comics came to my head because I know he a tall ass white boy. I was just like, yo, for real, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, look, we even passed the hour, but we're gonna. I don't feel like stopping, Paul. We're gonna keep it going a little bit. We got some people hanging out with us. We got to keep it going.
You tried to short him a couple inches, man. He's 6'2".
Didn't I say 6'2"? I thought I said 6'2".
I thought you said 6 foot. It sounded like.
Nah, I said 6'2", son. That's what I said in the verse. Oh no, I did say 6 foot. I did say 6 foot. My bad. He's a Viking brother. There you go, Viking son. Viking. I be seeing Paul like that. You and Paul like fucking Viking twins, man. Yeah, he just the older version. That's all called.
Yeah,
that's
I'm the retired version.
He's the retired version. He ain't, you know, swinging his sword like that no more. He's still
like that original Iron Man armor, that gray clunky shit. And
he's still slaying the maidens. You know what I'm saying? But he you know, he ain't trying to conquer lands anymore. He conquered his land already. He good. He conquered his castle. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, guys, we were talking about it, man. You know, we don't see them here anymore. When I got on here 2 years ago, for those who are just jumping in, it was crazy. The hype with comic books, the hype of everybody in here. Everybody was like, I love fucking comic books. Fucking comic books are the fucking best. Oh my God, you read comic books? I collect comic books. You know, and half the people that you ran into were like new collectors, you know, people.
Yeah, they're mostly new people. Yeah.
You know, so it was crazy. It was just like, wow, you know, you're running onto all these people, and then you're like, okay, this is cool. You know, and then you realize like, oh shit, like a lot of this, you know, influx of collectors are just out for the fucking comic bag, bro. at the end of the day, they're chasing that
let's
comic.
be honest. Some of this shit was,
You know?
a lot of these people came into the hobby though in the last, say, like decade or so. MCU, Walking Dead TV show was real fucking popular. A lot of
Real
people
big,
got into
real
it.
big.
So some of the new people came in for that. But if that's what they really liked, you know, they stayed. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of those investment. Like, have you ever referred to yourself as a fucking investor, like in comics? You know what I mean?
Never
I never would refer to myself as that.
Bro.
I'm a comic collector. I love this shit.
Collect
books. I
fucking
love to
comic
smell
books.
it. I love to read it, see the art. I mean, that's
right.
That's
Let's have a conversation about it. How about that? Let's talk about these books without mentioning a dollar value. How about that? If we can have a 5-minute conversation about a book or a series or a title, whatever, a character, without mentioning a dollar value, I got respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll show you love. But if the moment you come out and start telling me like, oh yeah, did you check like Go Collect? Oh yeah, did you see where Nigel? Nigel, what the fuck is that? What is that shit?
Why can't I want to say GPA or whatever?
GPA. Like I don't know about this
it's
shit.
It's like a whole system. They got the grade, the price, the sentence, how many are graded, how much they sell for in this grade. It's like this scheme. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Exactly. Like that's all it's about, bro. It's
well, I used to hoard books, but you know, I started to run out of room. So, you know, we gotta
don't get me started with Paul. Don't get me started. Paul, I already had a lot of drinks in me. Me and you gonna start fighting when you start mentioning books. Bro. See what I say? Why are you reaching? Why the
Purple
fuck
Man?
Are you reaching?
Listen, man. See, the Purple Man is like CGC, right? Because he can control your emotions and your feelings and make you do shit you don't want to do. So I think Nigel ran into the Purple Man.
See why he's showing out, guys. You see, he stayed fucking flossing. This man cannot come on the show without fucking pulling out some heat all the fucking time. I'm pretty sure a book is gonna fall off of here from all that fucking heat you show.
Well, I could be like you, I guess, right? I could just fucking hang them all on the wall so you can just, no one's even looking at you. They just looking right past you at your wall.
Hold on a second. Hold on. There's a reason why it's not on your wall. Because you don't have enough fucking wall space to put your books up there, buddy.
Well, because it's stucco for one. I don't think that shit sticks too good to stucco.
Hey, salute to you, Paul, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. I know we even went past the hour. Cheers to everybody. Don't know what you're drinking. Hope you're drinking something. If you're not drinking nothing, that's cool too. But if you was, you'll probably be enjoying this a little bit more. But anyway, man, salute to you
Big
guys.
John, you're gonna need some of those. What do they call those? Lolly columns. Those things they hold like to.
Oh shit.
To like jack up and hold the floor up. He said his floor is gonna collapse.
The floor is gonna collapse. Listen, that's in his house. Like, I'm playing catch up with Paul. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm friends with Paul. Like I'm just keeping tabs on all his books and shit.
My shit is thinned out now, man. I used to have more books, you know, so I'm thin now.
Yeah, I know.
I might be down to like 8,000.
I'm glad I didn't meet you then, because I would have really been fucking like struggling trying to keep up with you.
I mean, back in the day, I mean, we had some shit, you know. Now it's thinned out.
Look at that. He did the chin. He was.
I wish I kept my Spideys, man. One time I had Spider-Man 2 up, you know, and this was like in the late 80s, so it was only up to like 300, but.
Yeah,
Spidey was my guy. Then I fell in love with the X-Men. I ended up trading shit to get X-Men. That's how we got. But
hey man,
big time, 25,000. That's crazy.
Thank you, everybody. Oh God, see, this is why these OG. Listen. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. See, John. See, you got like Unruly John. You got these guys like. Damn, even Soul the other day was like he had like 20,000 books and shit.
No, he's crazy. So, but actually, you know what?
Just send me your address, guys. Just send me your address. I'm not gonna do anything. I just want to stop by and say hello. Anyway,
it makes me think though, quick about Soul. It makes me think back to when he was at Baltimore. What was that, like 2 weeks ago? And he was saying, like, nobody showed up, nobody was there. You know, he was there alone, kind of thing. You know, and some shit just fell through for people who weren't able to make it. But how much of that is because,
right? You know what? Well, then again, it was finances for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, some people was, but I'm saying
we just couldn't get away, and I get that, you know. But based on what he said, compared to like last year, and shit, compared to last year and the year before that, yeah, it was crazy. You know what I mean? And of course, a lot of it had to do with the hype of comic books and getting that, you know, everything that goes
Well, I
with
think
it.
comparing shit to the shows like the last year or two, I mean, with COVID and everything, the shows were like they weren't as hype anyway. You know what I mean? At least like in person
Dude.
shows, not online, but in person.
Oh, I gotta hold on. Gotta shut my store and get my live prep for tonight. Yo, salute to comic. Yo, go follow Coffee and Comics. He got his live show. He always get it. This dude is genuine as fuck. I had him on the show, man. Salute to this brother for real, Frank Castle, man. Because these are the people who get collectors to help finish their runs. Like this guy's not out here trying to fucking scam people. You know, he's not a flipper. He's been doing this shit from day one. So salute to Coffee and Comics, man. He's actually trying to help people. He has great deals. He's trying to help people complete runs. You know what I mean? Like,
He's not selling no foil.
right. He's not doing all these variants
reprint.
and all this bullshit. Yo, if you could go to the comic shop, you could pick it up with Coffee and Comics because he's got that shit. He's legitimate, man. And when it comes to selling comic books and being a retailer, this is somebody that I definitely endorse, man. He's not out here trying to fucking get on y'all, sell y'all some bullshit that you're gonna spend $300 that next week is gonna cost fucking 20. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man. Salute to Coffee and Comics, Frank Castle himself. And guys, once again, salute to you guys.
That made me think of that though. Did you see? I will get into another time. It's all right.
We'll get back to it. We'll get back. We've been yapping and shit. We all nice and fucking, twisty. Let's end this shit right here. Salute to y'all. Salute to everybody catching the replay. Appreciate all the old collectors in the community, because without you guys, we would not have this community. We are the foundation of this community. I got into this 2 years ago, but you know what? There's really a big difference in these 2 years that I've seen, and I'm appreciative to meet a lot of great people who actually enjoy comics, read their comics, and don't give a fuck what the value of the comic book is. And I think that's what makes it amazing about collecting comic books, is the innocence of it. And it brings us back to our youth and why we started this. So salute to you guys who continue doing this shit. Paul, man, you already know my brother. Salute to you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Love you, my brother, as always. I'll talk to you in a few. And you guys, I see y'all next week. I see y'all on IG. Make sure you follow everybody in the chat. Y'all already know. Peace.